Hi. Hi. Okay, I thought the video didn't upload from the last one, and that's why I was like, oh no. Because I think if it's over like 10 minutes, then you can't upload it again. So I was like, ooh, this better have worked. But it did in the end. I don't know, it was just glitchy, I guess. Okay, so today we're going to do, yesterday we did the chain stitch, and today we're going to do the detached chain stitch and do this little slinky babe here. I really like the detached chain stitch. They make really nice little petals, or they make really nice little leaves. You can use them as like a more open way, like this. Yeah, or they can be really like teardrop shaped, like this, which is the way we're going to do them today. So I'm really excited. Also, someone asked yesterday, later, like I saw it last night as I was going to bed, but they asked what color number this is, and it's 1042. Really, really, really lovely, like pale green. And today I'm going to use the same color from the other one, 210, just a normal green color, just a very green, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to do this one. I will say, if you want to fill in your handle, I would probably skip today, fill in your handle instead, because we're going to stitch right over this. And if you stitch over it and then you decide later you want to fill it, it might be a little bit tricksy around here. It's not impossible because, what is that? Goodness. I'm going to get my embroidery dirty. Yeah, it's not impossible, but it would just make it a little bit easier for you later. Okay, I'm going to use all 6 strands because I want it to be quite thick lines. Ow. Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Veronica and everyone. Ruth, you're so kind. Okay, so like the chain stitch, the detached chain stitch is kind of the same vibe where you have to come up from the back, make your loop, and instead of continuing to come up from the back again and make another loop and make it go like in a chain, you're just going to do a little tacking stitch on the other side. So here you can decide if you want to do all of the middle first or if you want to do all of the middle later. It doesn't really matter. What I like to do is just do a really easy peasy back stitch from tip to tip. So wherever I want the tips of the detached chain stitches to go, where I want them to be pointy, I like to do a little back stitch for each one of those. You could do a stem stitch. You could do a whipped back stitch if you wanted to. I'm just going to use all 6 strands and do a really nice straight back stitch because I want the focus to be on my detached chain stitches. I want them to be the lovely bits that everyone's like, oh, those are cute. So that'll be good. I love it when you guys all say hi to each other in the comments. It's so cute. Okay. So now let's do our first detached chain stitch. I'm going to zoom it in so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so you're going to come up from the back, and you're going to come down. I like to go through the same hole, but you can go right next to it as well. Put it down, leave your loop like this, yeah, and then you're going to come up at the very tip. Now, where you come up now is how long your detached chain stitch is going to be. If you come up just a little bit short, like here, they're going to be just little baby ones. But if you come up outside of your lines, then they're actually going to be quite big. So I like to come up just on the inside of this line, like that. You're going to give it a tug. If you make it really, really, really tight, meaning you pull this really tight, you're going to have one line like this that goes up and straight down. If you leave it a little bit loose, then it'll have a nice curve to it. And then when you're happy with that, you're just going to do a little stitch on the other side to tack it down. So just on the other side of that thread, like that. And we're going to do one of these for each of these little leaves here. So easy peasy today. Now you can see they have almost like the same shape as the regular chain stitch. If I can move it up. Like the very first one is the detached chain stitch, and then they all kind of go from there. But these are individual, that's why they're detached. They're also called the lazy daisy, because if you put them all in a circle, they look like a daisy. At least that's why I say that they're called that. Hannah says they really do look so cute. I really like them. Cool. Oh, that's the problem. It's not very tight up here. I was like, what is moving? What is wobbling? How is everyone today? Are we good? It's Friday. Today is Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year. But I like to say Lunar New Year because it's not just for Chinese people. A lot of Asian communities celebrate Lunar New Year. So it's not really fair to call it Chinese New Year. Ruth says, my nearly 2-year-old granddaughter is watching too. She is engrossed. Hello? Somebody left a comment yesterday about me saying hi to George every day. And she said that her husband said, does Tori have a stalker? Why does she say hi to George every day? I thought it was so fun. Sorry, funny. But then I went to go like the comment and like reply and it disappeared. So I don't know if like they deleted it or if I just like got too many notifications or what's the deal, you know? Oh, Stitch in Time Saves Sanity says Melbourne starts lockdown tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. We're still on lockdown. They haven't really given a date yet for it to be over, which I think they're kind of toying with March 8th, but I don't know. Maybe we'll find out soon because, like I said, next week is half term. So for David, so he doesn't have school. He doesn't have to teach from home during that time. It's normally when we go on a holiday. So was it 2 years ago? We went to Naples for the half term. Just for like 4 or 5 days, I think, or 3 days. It was really nice. I think maybe last year we went to the zoo, the Chester Zoo. I forget. Or maybe that was, yeah, I think it was last year. But yeah, so next week is half term. Didn't winter, what's a holiday? Yeah, right? Oh. It's like wild, you know, to think like, oh. Ours is only 5 days, but the UK variety escaped quarantine. Oh. A little bit more to finish these 3 little leaves. With 3 crazy energetic kids, the Stitchalong is really the highlight of my day. What will I do when the month is over? Well, you'll have to just look forward to the next Stitchalong. But yeah, I've got a lot of Stitchalongs in the shop. And then last year's February Stitchalong will be back. I think I'll list it again next week. I just didn't want anyone to buy last year's February Stitchalong thinking that it was this year's February Stitchalong. Uh-oh. What's that? Sorry, hold on. Hiya. Oh, thank you. I know. Ah. It was a package. I'm so sorry. We got a grill. My parents bought us a grill. Yeah. Like in September. And then we put it together. Maybe it was more like October. I think they bought it in August, to be fair, but it was like on back order and all this stuff. Anyways, it's like a big, big grill. And so it's outside and we put it all together. Then we ordered the propane tank and the tank came. So we put it all together outside, all this stuff. Yeah. And we went to go use it and the hose and the tank don't have the same hole. So David was all jazzed up to use it and it didn't work because we couldn't connect it. So he was like, okay, fine, I'll just buy the fitting. So we bought the fitting. So now that's what it was. That's just came. So hopefully he can grill something. He's never grilled anything before. Hope you enjoyed the most boring story ever. So yeah, it's a fitting. But today I'm working on some Mother's Day kits. I hope that you'll like them. They're not just for mothers. They could be for grandma. They could be for a friend. They could just be for yourself. Should I give you a sneak peek? I think you'd like that. I'll show you. It's gonna look like this and have some different things. So instead of mother, I'm gonna put Jessie at the top. Ooh, I'm so excited. And it's gonna be the biggest kit I've ever made, an 8-inch kit. I'm so excited. So I've got all the threads for it and everything. I just have to stitch it up and make the directions. Yeah, it's gonna be so good because Mother's Day for the UK is like March 12th or something, or the 14th. So it's coming up pretty quickly in just a month. So yeah, so you can have it with the writing or with no writing. So I've made another version that like fills up the whole thing with just flowers, if you know what I mean. So there's no space at the top and the bottom for writing. And then I've got like granny, grandma, mother, a blank one, or you can just not write it. You can write your own name. And then I want to think of a couple other like just general phrases that you could put at the top and the bottom, just in case you don't want to have it for like a mother, you know, like for Mother's Day. You could just stitch it up yourself. So yeah, I've got those. Where's my iPad? And I'll show you. Just do all the sneak peeks here, don't I? You guys are probably like, Tori, get it together. I'm just like showing you guys stuff. Okay, so here's the colors. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's going to be so good. And then for the one that doesn't have any writing on it, if you know what I mean, let me just take some of these layers off, because on Procreate there's like too many layers. So here's the one that's like just the flowers. So like fills up the whole circle. So I'm excited for it. It's going to be really fun. So I'm going to stitch that up. Yeah, and hopefully you guys will like it. There's not very many of them though. There's only 23, 25. So yeah, it's quite limited. And then in America, Mother's Day is later in the year. I think it's in June or something, or April. I don't know. But there it is. It's a good kit if you celebrate it or if not, you know what I mean? So multitasking. So that's it for me. We did 6 strands of the Lazy Daisy or detached chain stitch. So you see the chain stitch and the detached chain stitch. Very similar, but they can be worked in different ways to make different things. So there you go. I hope that you love it. I might take some pictures of the kits today, and I might list them for like to be sent out in a week or something like that, because I have all this stuff. I just have to stitch the example, and that way if people really want them, they can get them, you know. So that'll be exciting, something to look forward to. Oh, George has decided to come. Hi, George. All right, so I hope you have a great day. It is Friday, like I said, it's Lunar New Year, so Shindy and Kyla, that means Happy New Year, and enjoy. Have a great Friday. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye.